technologically advanced alien race from the stars, or ancient guardians of a forgotten empire? Seraphon says, why not both? I'm Clint with Bowles, and this is the new Seraphon Battletome for Age of Sigmar. Today we're looking at the brand new Seraphon Battletome. It brings in a lot of really fun things, cuts out a lot of the chuff, and it just feels really powerful. Outside of the way that these armies work, one of the biggest changes that came to Seraphon is all of the new units that you have. You've got the Aggrodon Riders, you've got a new breed of Kroxigor. Everything feels exciting and new, and it feels like it's evolving with the world of Age of Sigmar. We've lost the cold ones, which is kind of sad. R.I.P. Spite. But the Aggrodons are kind of more interesting cold ones. They're angry, and the more damage they take, the more aggressive they get. They have a thing called a rage counter that's going to increase every turn they're in combat because they're just getting angrier and angrier. Now, once they're out of combat, that rage counter drops back down to 0. But the longer they're in combat, the more attacks they're going to get. So if you can get your Aggrodons in fast, especially in a coalesced army, you are going to go absolutely wild with these Aggrodon Riders. So you might be asking yourself, but my Carnosaur Old Blood or my Carnosaur Scar Veteran is so good, why would I take them on a cold one? And well, I guess you wouldn't, but you really should think about taking this guy. This is the Scar Veteran on Aggrodon. He is one of the new heroes, and as you can see, he's riding this big angry raptor man. He is going to buff all of your Aggrodons. He's going to keep them angry, he's going to keep them doing damage, and after a while, yes, your Carnosaur is going to be doing heavier damage, but these guys might be doing a little bit more, and they're a little more cost effective. And that's not even thinking about the new stuff that the Starborne can do. So the Starborne can also use all of these exciting new units, but there are a few that really stand out for them. The Starseer, the new Slan, and also this guy, the Saurus Astrolith Bear. Now he is going to count towards your Celestial Conjuration points, which is going to let you summon new things, which they could always do, but also get powerful new abilities. The ability to get ward saves, the ability to heal yourself, the ability to get more attacks. They are going to be very, very powerful. Now the Starborne aren't going to hit as hard as the Coalesce, but they never really did. That's not the point of the Starborne. The point of the Starborne is to make more of them, summon more of them, cast spells. So you want the Astrolith Bearer to generate more points, give your army a rallying point. It's really cool stuff. So one of the most exciting things that came to the Seraphon is the changes to the Realmshaper Engine terrain piece. Now, it's still going to do some of the things it used to do, but depending on what army you're playing, it's going to be a little bit more powerful. For one, if you're playing Starborne, it's going to send out pulses of celestial energy to overwhelm your opponents and potentially wipe them off the map. And if you're playing Coalesced, some of those bloody rituals that the Slan and the Skinks have been doing have really kind of driven the animals into a frenzy, and they're going to let your monsters fight at the top row regardless of how much damage you've taken. Carnosaurs are going to be insane with that, especially with some of the magic items you can take for the Coalesce that give your mounts more attacks. Carnosaur Old Bloods are going to be some of the most powerful units in the game. Not just the army, the game, because of this Realmshaper Engine. So this next change, it might be one of my favorites and one of the coolest to me. I used to play War Machine and I loved the Gator Men. And that is these new star-spawned Kroxigors, which have these slightly longer snoots. They look more like crocodiles. And they are the blessed Kroxigors. These are the ones that the Skinks are really paying attention to. And if you hurt their Skinks, you're gonna have a bad time. They get more powerful if Skinks take damage. And with these mauls that they have a better rend. Little less damage, but a better rend. So you do not want these guys to get angry. And on top of all of that, they have their jaw attacks, which all Sauros do, but the Kroxigors have them too now. Best part, in the Coattle's Tail Coalesced subfaction, these guys are battle line. So you could have a whole army of Kroxigors backed up by a couple Skinks. Those Skinks take damage, sorry for your opponent. I will be honest, this might be one of the first times I can't draw any negative comparisons to the old book. Like, yes, there's a few things that are missing, few things that are gone, few things that are changed, but they don't feel like negative changes, just changes. Do I think these changes are gonna skyrocket the Seraphon into the top of the meta? No. There's still a lot of really powerful armies out there. Do I think this is going to settle the Seraphon at a very high middle? Absolutely. Do I think it's gonna make the Seraphon more fun to play? 1000%. This is such a cool book. It's so much fun. The units have so much personality, and I really feel like they're going to bring a lot of powerful new combos to the table if you know where to look. That's all the big changes for the Seraphon. Thank you for tuning in. If you love ancient civilizations but really can't stand lizards, check out the Soulblight Gravelords video that we've got over here. And if you want more AOS content, you can check out our playlists. I'm Clint with Bowles. Thanks for watching.